It was February 2022. Two friends from Raikia, a small town in Odisha, were returning home on their motorcycle. They had just passed the town of Narangpur and were approaching Bhavani Patna, another town in Odisha, when a PCR van carrying out night patrols pulled up beside them. The policemen, upon seeing them, asked them to park their motorcycles on the side of the road. It was 12:15 a.m. and the police, approaching them in such a manner, filled them with fear. They parked their motorcycles and then saw two officers emerge from the PCR van and approach them. As they approached, the two officers began questioning them loudly. But when they explained that they lived in Raikia and were headed there, one of the constables sitting inside the PCR van asked the head inspector, "Sir, they're going to Raikia. Should they let them go?" Upon hearing the name Raikia, all the police officers inside looked at them in shock. At this moment, the police on night patrol wanted to stop them, but the circumstances were such that it was impossible for them to obey. And in this process, they were about to face something that would surely send a chill down the spine of anyone traveling at night. This night ride horror was shared with me by one of our subscribers, Chandrakant, whose Instagram DM screenshot can be seen in the video. Now, before understanding the rest of the story, please pay close attention to the details I'm telling you. This story is about Chandrakant and his friend Amit. They are residents of Raikia, a small town in the Kandhamal district of Odisha. Chandrakant's native town is in the Cuttack district of Odisha. However, due to his father's job, they are living in Raikia. Amit, their friend here, is 2 years younger than them, but they share a great bond. They share their thoughts with each other, and whenever they go out, they go together. Now it's February 2022. Chandrakant has completed his Bachelor of Arts degree and is preparing for the GATE exam.
Chandrakant और Amit were in a long-distance relationship. Chandrakant's girlfriend lived in Rajkhariar town, Odisha, and his friend Amit's girlfriend lives in Jaipur town, Odisha. But the issue here was that when Amit's girlfriend from Jaipur town would visit her hometown, Raikia, because she was also studying there, they couldn't meet there because it's a small town and both their families knew each other. They would meet from a distance, standing on the side of the road, sometimes even coming to the rooftop of the house, and that's how they would meet. On February 23rd, 2022, it was Amit's girlfriend's birthday. He told Chandrakant, "It's her birthday, I have to go. You should also go and meet your girlfriend." Chandrakant agreed without thinking, but when he got home, he realized that both of our girlfriends lived in opposite directions, Jaipur and Rajkhaliar town. If we both wanted to meet each other, we would have to cover a significant distance in a day. But the fever of love was so intense that they both ignored the thought of the distance they had to cover. Chandrakant had a FG bike, so they decided to leave their home on that bike. Now, to understand where these people were going and which route they took, you'll have to look at this particular image. The Raikia town you see in the image is where Chandrakant and Amit lived. From here, they traveled 220 kilometers to Rajkhariar. Chandrakant's girlfriend lives in Rajkhariar. Now, Amit's girlfriend lives just down the road in Jaipur. So to get to Jaipur, they first had to go from Rajkhariar to Bhavani Patna and then take a small detour from Bhavani Patna towards Jaipur, right? From this Bhavani Patna, another road branches off towards Raikia town, and they were going to return home from this town. I hope the entire layout is clear to you. Now listen carefully to the rest of the story. The next morning at 5:30, they both set off on Chandrakant's motorcycle to meet their respective girlfriends. At 12:30 in the afternoon, they both left for Rajkhaliar. They arrive at Chandrakant's girlfriend's residence. Chandrakant meets her there, and after about an hour and a half, they both turn back from Rajkhaliar towards Jaipur. Amit's girlfriend lives in Jaipur. But before reaching Jaipur, they pass through the town of Bhavanipur. It's basically a small junction where they stop and eat. Bhavanipur is about 160 kilometers from Patna to Jaipur, and after eating there, they set off towards Jaipur. Chandrakant explains that the entire route crosses a valley. They even encountered a forest along the way. But during the day, the forest is beautiful. So they ride slowly, enjoying the views of the forest until they finally reach Jaipur. And this is where the whole drama begins. By the time they reach Jaipur, it's 6 in the evening. Amit tells Chandrakant, "Brother, give me your bike, I'll go meet my girlfriend. You wait here until then." Chandrakant does the same. He says, "Okay, you take the bike and go." Chandrakant stops at a park. He says, "I'll wait there. In the meantime, you go and meet your girlfriend." After Amit leaves, Chandrakant starts walking in the park. An hour passes like this. Chandrakant calls Amit, "Where are you? Come on, friend." Amit replies, "We at the mall, we'll be back in a while." Chandrakant hangs up and waits in the park. After about 40-45 minutes, he calls Amit again. Amit tells Chandrakant, "I'm just arriving. In the meantime, you should check out a nearby lodge online. We'll stay there tonight." Chandrakant then says, "I'm not looking online. Come with me and we'll find one online. It'll be too expensive for us online. If we talk to the lodge owner in person, he might even reduce the price. So just come quickly." With that, Chandrakant hung up. Around 8:30 p.m., Amit returned and told Chandrakant, "Let's go find a lodge."
We'll eat and sleep, but we have to leave for home early in the morning. Amit rode the pillion on his bike, and the two set off in search of a lodge. After 2 or 3 minutes, they spotted a lodge on the side of the road. They got off the bike and headed for the lodge. As they approached the lodge, Amit's phone rang. It was a call from his office. Amit worked in the accounts department of a private sector company. The caller was from his superior. He said, "Brother, there's a fault in the report you submitted. You'll have to fix it next, before 9 a.m. tomorrow." Hearing this, Amit became completely perplexed, wondering how he would go and fix it before 9 a.m. He had no choice. He had to rush home and finish all the work. His submission was due at the office at 9 a.m. Amit then told Chandrakant, "Brother, I've received a call from the office. It just so happened I made a mistake and they're telling me to come home and fix it." Chandrakant replied, "How can we go now? I've never crossed that road at night. You tell the office staff I'm not feeling well. We won't be able to come." Amit then said in a tense voice, "Brother, you don't understand. They'll fire me. Please come." Chandrakant reluctantly agreed, and this was going to be very costly for them. They were both feeling very hungry. Amit then said, "Brother, let's stay here for now. We'll eat something on the way." At 9 p.m., they left Jaipur for their hometown, Raikia. They leave Jaipur town and travel about 10 kilometers. They spot a roadside eatery. Chandrakant says, "Let's stop there and eat. It's a forested area ahead anyway. I don't know if we'll find anything." The two park their motorcycle near the eatery and go in for a bite to eat. At that time, the eatery wasn't very crowded. When Amit went to the wash basin to wash his hands, he noticed a man standing nearby. He also came and washed his hands. After washing his hands, Amit followed Amit and sat down next to the table where Chandrakant was sitting. Amit and Chandrakant did this. They were sitting opposite each other, and the man was sitting on the fourth chair, 2 chairs away. When the waiter came, they said, "We want this and that." Meanwhile, the waiter asked the man, "Driver, what would you like?" They learned that the man sitting there was a truck driver. They chatted briefly. The driver asked, "Where are you going now? Are you going to Koraput?" Koraput is another town on a different route. Chandrakant replied, "No, we're going to Raikia." As soon as the driver heard Raikia, he got up and looked around the parking area outside the restaurant. He said, "There's no parking here. How are you going?" "Well, even the buses don't run right now. The bus leaves once a day at 1 p.m. It doesn't stop here." Amit replied, "No, we're going by motorcycle." After listening to them, the driver simply said, "Son, do one thing. Stay at the dhaba tonight. It's 6 in the morning, then you can leave." Chandrakant then asked, "What's wrong? Why are you refusing to go? We need to go." The driver replied, "Look, we should just agree. We also avoid that road." They asked, "What's the matter? Tell me, why are you refusing?" The driver didn't say anything. He said, "Look, it's our advice. I'm a driver. I travel this route frequently, so there's something I'm refusing." Amit then replied, "No, we have office work. It's very busy and we're both riders, so we'll take it. There's no problem." The driver didn't speak a word to them after that. He quietly ate his food and got back in the truck. Now they both finished their meal and moved on from that place.
Now if you look at their return route, you'll see that they first go a little further from Jaipur to Naurangpur, and then from Naurangpur to Bhawanipatna. From Bhawanipatna, they had to go via Narla to reach Raikia town. When they reached near Bhawanipatna, they saw a police PCR van which was patrolling at night passing by. One of the policemen waved at them and said, "Put your motorcycle aside." They parked their motorcycle, and then 2 policemen from the PCR van came towards them. As I mentioned in the beginning, they were loudly asking, "Where are you going?" When they told them they were going to Raikia, these 2 constables told the head constable, "Sir, they're asking for Raikia." Upon hearing Raikia, the senior inspector got down from his seat. The head inspector approached them and said, "Is it so important to go? How will you go so far on a bike? And that's the forest route." They told the two constables, "Sir, something urgent has come up at his office. We have to go." The senior inspector then instructed the two constables, "Take their photos. Take photos of their Aadhaar cards and their entire bike and then let them go." The constable did just that. After taking photos of their bikes, their number plates, their photos, and everything in their belongings, he told them, "Look, you're not agreeing. Go very carefully." They both said, "Yes, it's okay, sir, don't worry." With that, they crossed the Bhavanipatna area. After crossing the Bhavanipatna area and riding for about an hour and a half, they reached Narla at 2 a.m. When they reached Narla, they saw 20-25 police officers standing ahead, blocking the road. They stopped their motorcycles near the officers. They then said, "Listen, don't go any further. The Rampur forest lies ahead, where 2 or 3 thefts and murders have taken place. A group of criminals is carrying out these activities and the villagers around the forest patrol the path at night. If you go, they might mistake you for a thief and kill you. Don't go now." Chandrakant then says, "Sir, why would they kill us? We're just 2 people on a bike. It's very important for us to go." One of the policemen then hints, "Look, there are wild animals on that path and many strange things happen. Don't go now." Amit then says, "Brother, we've already covered about 60% of the way. Only 40% is left and there's office work that needs to be done." So the two of them shared all this with the police. They explained. What could they do now? They were helpless. The policeman said, "Okay, go. But be careful. If the villagers stop you, stop quietly and tell them we're only going to Raikea. Don't try to escape." After a conversation with the two policemen, they moved on. As soon as they passed the police checkpoint, it started raining heavily. It was cold, so Chandrakant was riding the bike and was feeling very cold. Amit, the boy, was sitting behind Chandrakant, holding him tightly. After riding for 6 kilometers in this rain, Amit said, "Stop, brother. I need to go to the toilet." Chandrakant replied, "Okay, I'm pulling over. Come quickly. It's raining so hard, I'm having a hard time driving." Amit went to the toilet for a while, then came back and got on the bike. Chandrakant asked, "Did you finish properly?" Amit said, "We're fine." Chandrakant started the motorcycle and slowly began to move forward. The heavy rain had reduced visibility and Chandrakant was having a hard time driving the motorcycle. He told Amit, "If I can't manage, there must be a hut ahead, so we'll stop for a while under it. We'll leave when the rain subsides." Amit then simply said, "We'll go another 1 kilometer from there." After driving another 1 kilometer from there, Chandrakant spotted a shelter on his left, the kind where cows are tied. He stopped the motorcycle and the two of them got off and stood under the shelter. It was getting quite dark, so Chandrakant had turned on his motorcycle's hazard lights to prevent anyone from mistaking them for thieves. By this time, Chandrakant wasn't paying attention to anything else. His focus was solely on the bike and the rain, hoping it would subside. After some time, when the rain subsided, he told Amit, "Come on, sit down and we'll go back." And brother, after saying this, when Chandrakant turns to look at Amit, he realizes that Amit isn't even wet. Chandrakant's entire shirt and jacket are soaked, but Amit is completely dry. There's no trace of water on his body. Seeing this, Chandrakant says to Amit, "Hey, you're not even wet at all. My whole body is soaked. Water has even seeped into my pants. How are you standing there so dry?" Amit replies, "Come on, brother, quickly. The rain has just subsided. Why are you arguing like this?" Amit leaves the shelter and beckons Chandrakant over. Chandrakant goes and sits on his motorcycle. This time, because they need to reach their destination quickly, he doesn't ask many questions. They travel 3 kilometers from the shelter. When they've gone 3 kilometers, the headlights focus on the road ahead and he sees 10-15 people standing on the road. 5 or 6 of them were armed with sticks. They were the same villagers the police had warned about. When he approached them, they offered to stop him. He went and parked his motorcycle. One of the villagers came and asked Chandrakant, "Aren't you scared? Where are you going?" Chandrakant replied, "We are going to Raiya." Then the man replied, "You're going alone. You have incredible courage." Chandrakant replied, "Where are you going alone? My friend is sitting behind me, isn't he?" The man replied, "Is there anyone else sitting there, brother? You the only one on this motorcycle." Hearing this, Chandrakant turned his head and realized there was no one on his motorcycle. Amit was missing. He immediately began to sweat. He didn't react much. The man kept asking, "Where is your friend?" Chandrakant replied, "He was right behind me. We were staying there in the shelter to save ourselves from the rain."
Just now such a discussion was going on between Chandrakant and that man when they saw a Tata Sumo coming towards them from a distance. That Tata Sumo comes and stops at a little distance from them, and Amit gets down from that sumo. He came towards Chandrakant while walking. Chandrakant asked that, "Brother, how are you coming in sumo? I was sitting on my bike."
Here Amit says that, "Brother, you left me there where the police checkpost was set up. I called you so many times to stop. I got down to talk to the police, and in that time you left from there. I called you so many times to stop, but you sped away so quickly that even the police couldn't do anything. Later, those policemen knew a sumo, so they sent me on that sumo." Chandrakant didn't argue with Amit. He told him, "Okay, you get on the back of the bike," and he took Amit on his way. When they moved a little ahead of the crowd of villagers, Chandrakant said, "You were the one who just told me you needed to go to the restroom." Amit replied, "Brother, where did you say that? I have been standing with the police since then." Hearing this, Chandrakant's condition worsened. He couldn't even explain it to Amit, fearing that if he told him everything, he would be too scared. Chandrakant ignored the incident and increased the speed of his bike. After some time, they reached a place called Dhumedi Bandh. The distance from there to their district was 38 kilometers. But Chandrakant explains that as soon as we went 12 kilometers beyond that Dhumedi Bandh, the dense forest began. It was so dense that we couldn't see any other light source except for our motorcycle's headlights. Since it was a forest area, I slowed down a bit, and no one was coming or going on that road. Every now and then a few four-wheelers would cross us. Chandrakant was already afraid. After a short distance in the forest, there was a turn, and about 100 meters from that turn, his motorcycle stopped working. Chandrakant told Amit, "Brother, it seems there's something wrong with the battery. Give it a little push, I'll try to start it." They tried hard, but their motorcycle wouldn't start. Then Chandrakant said, "Brother, this is the uphill section of the valley, and it's a short distance uphill. That means there's a climb uphill. After that, there'll be a downhill slope, so there won't be any problem. You push the motorcycle from behind and I'll pull. We just need to reach that slope." Chandrakant grabbed the handlebars of the bike and Amit started pushing from behind. Chandrakant noticed Amit applying too much force. He asked Amit, "What's wrong? Why are you pushing so hard?" It was a steep climb, and Chandrakant explained that his motorcycle had lost a lot of weight. Amit then spoke from behind, "Why am I pushing? I'm just pushing normally." Chandrakant realized, "Hey, this is Amit, and he's starting to get a little scared." They crossed the climb, and now there was a steep slope. Chandrakant said, "I'm sitting on the bike, so you can jump on top while pushing." Amit said, "Okay." As they descended the slope, Amit jumped on the back. Chandrakant explained that on a slope where their bike should have been at a high speed, their speed suddenly slowed down. It felt like someone was blocking his motorcycle from the front, applying force to prevent it from moving forward. Before Chandrakant could even figure it out, his motorcycle's speed had already slowed significantly. Just then, Amit approached his ear and said, "Brother, I feel someone coming from behind." Hearing this, Chandrakant looked in the side mirror and saw a man wearing white clothes dragging something with him coming towards them on the road. He couldn't see clearly as it was foggy. Chandrakant tried to look carefully, but he couldn't see the man's face. At this point, Chandrakant had parked his bike right on the side of the road. Just where he was expecting to go at a high speed, he was encountering such a resistance that he couldn't even move forward. So the two of them quietly parked their bike on the side of the road and sat on it. And brother, they saw that the man wearing white clothes was going towards the forest through the middle of the road. He turned and looked at them once, but they did not react at all. They were looking straight. Chandrakant could see from a corner of his eyes that the man was standing in the middle of the road and looking at him. But he did not have the courage to make eye contact or even try to see who it was. Now, after looking at them for a few seconds, the man slowly started turning towards the forest. At this point, Amit said from behind, "Brother, I am feeling very scared. Who is this, brother? There are no houses around here. Who is this strange man, brother?" And saying this, Amit grabbed Chandrakant from behind even tighter. Chandrakant then said, "No matter what happens, don't get off the motorcycle." The two of them parked their motorcycle on the side of the road and silently watched the man. Chandrakant explained, "I had my motorcycle's fog lights on. The man had just crossed from behind us, passing by. But as soon as our fog lights fell on her, we saw it was a woman.
Her hair was completely white, and the white hair was falling on her face. Then we saw the woman go 30 meters ahead of our motorcycle and sit on the other side of the road. She opened the sack she was dragging and took out something. We saw that it was the skeleton of a little girl.
The woman stretched her legs out towards the road and laid the skeleton on her legs, just like a child would be treated to a motor oil. They saw her applying turmeric to the side of the skeleton's leg. The blood had completely dried up there. They were unsure how to react. A minute and a half later, they noticed the woman was wearing a garland of flowers. She broke it off and placed it on the child's skeleton. As soon as she placed the garland, the woman began crying loudly. The woman cried and cried for about 20 minutes, and the two of them couldn't muster the courage to cross her and move on. They sat quietly on their motorcycle, waiting for morning. After 20 minutes of crying, the woman stood still. As soon as she stood, Chandrakant said, "Listen, Amit, let's push the motorcycle forward with our feet and get out of here quickly." And they did just that. Pushing the motorcycle forward with their feet, they crossed the area. As soon as they passed the woman standing on the side of the road, Chandrakant suddenly wondered what came to his mind. He turned back to see what she was doing. As soon as he turned back, he saw a woman hanging from a tree on the side of the road. Their souls were shaken. They rolled the motorcycle forward rapidly down the slope, and in the meantime, their motorcycle started. They had gone 3 kilometers from there. They saw a villager. He never goes out to use the toilet in the village, but he had gone early in the morning. They stopped the motorcycle near him. They started panting heavily. The uncle asked, "What happened? Where are you coming from at this time?" Chandrakant then told him everything. The uncle then told him, "Son, if you had gotten off the motorcycle, your bodies wouldn't have been found in this forest." Then uncle revealed the backstory. He says that a few years ago, a woman was traveling that way with her husband and 7-month-old son. They were on a motorcycle and had an accident with a car. Her husband died instantly, and her 7-month-old daughter also began bleeding from the head. Holding her husband's body and her daughter in one hand, she desperately wanted to drag them back to the village. When she got 40 meters further from the accident spot, she realized that her daughter was also dead. Overwhelmed with grief, she placed her husband and daughter's bodies on the side of the road and cried for a long time. In the evening, people tried to take them to the village, but she refused. The next morning, people passing by saw that the woman had hanged herself from a tree, and her spirit still haunts the forest today. A year or so ago, this woman preyed on many people passing through that forest. Their spirits also roam around here, preying on passers-by in the guise of deception. You didn't abandon your bike. It was a great thing, son. After listening to Uncle, these people sat there, drank some water, and then returned home in the morning. So, friend, that was the whole story. If you know of a similar incident, you can send me your story on the email address below. See you in the next video. Until then, take care and Har Har Mahadev.